And we're live.
That'd be a good way for God to show tongues is real. Make him do it in Latin or some other best language that
That's
I had
what
to
the
take
devil
notes.
does.
That's what Satan does.
Yeah, and all those Exorcist movies, they're communing with the the person in Latin. Yeah.
Stanley, my professor, was the consultant on The Exorcist.
Oh, that's very cool.
Really, that's awesome.
The paranormal expert.
Had he ever been present for an exorcism or something like that? Did he have that in his background or?
Good question. I don't know. I don't know if he'd ever been there for it. He was a trained magician, though. That was how he got into it. As a kid, he learned magic tricks, and so that made him very skeptical when he heard these claims of ghosts and paranormal stuff. But he was crazy. I mean, he was really cool. He hung out with the Grateful Dead. Actually, he hypnotized Mickey Hart and the other percussionist whose name Dead to the Mickey Hart said to the host of the party, like, yeah, you don't know anyone who does hypnosis, do you? Because the two drummers from the Dead wanted to get hypnotized and learn to be in one mind so their percussion would be perfectly synchronized, and the host was like, oh, that guy over there, he's a psychologist, he does hypnosis. And so that began a long friendship. They're still good friends. And Stanley was the sort of in-house psychologist for the Grateful Dead for 25, 30 years or whatever.
What
and
an
he was always
place to be in life. For the dead, you just observe all the drugs through the decades.
Yeah, he was backstage. He met. I remember he told me he was watching a show backstage, and he ended up sitting next to David Byrne, and they chatted, through the whole show. And Stanley's a fascinating guy. He tripped with Timothy Leary and hung out with all those, Aldous Huxley and all those people that you've heard of. But Stanley was like the young buck in that crowd, and now he's the lone survivor.
The Grateful Dead was the career path of the loser when I was in high school, right? Like, some people wanted to be doctors, some wanted to be engineers, some were going to be a chef or a construction worker. And then there was always that guy that was like, I'm going to follow the Dead. Like, like, really? Yeah, just go from concert to concert following the Dead. I've got this great grilled cheese entrepreneurial spirit, and they're gonna follow the Dead, live in a tent, and sell grilled cheese sandwiches,
or mushrooms, and end up in prison for 20 years. Yeah, that kills me. Minimum mandatory sentencing for some deadhead selling mushrooms at a concert. Like, are you kidding? This guy's a threat to the public welfare. Yeah.
No, maybe a threat to himself and people in his immediate vicinity, but not the public at large.
Yeah. And let's talk about how many people die from mushroom overdoses.
I don't know.
Don't you have to eat pounds upon pounds of it to get there? A crazy amount.
Yeah, I mean the neurotoxicity of most kinds of mushrooms is very low. So you can make yourself sick, but death overdose is very low. Marijuana, you'd have to eat a pickup truck full. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've heard with marijuana is that to smoke it fast enough to die, you die of carbon monoxide poisoning before
what do horses get?
From the weed even took
colic? What does a horse get when they eat too fast? When it jams up their intestines and they die?
I think that's colic.
Yeah, it seems like that would be a bigger risk.
Horses and babies. Yeah, what is that? The same thing that babies get? They say, "Oh, he's colicky," and the screaming.
Yeah, why do I think that's not?
I think that's the right word. I think you had it.
It's colic. Because I thought that's what your Great Dane dogs got, because they're so gargantuan, their intestines get all tangled or whatever. They have to have that surgery to attach to the
Kyle's
wall
right.
of.
Yeah, Great Danes suffer from some of the same things that horses get, including colic. And
that means we bred that dog too big. The poor thing.
They're happy dogs. Yeah, so typically what we do is when we get them fixed, 18 months old or something, we also have their stomach tacked to a rib or something so that it can't get, not the stomach, but the intestines, so that it can't get all twisted up. Yeah.
Wow.